Hopefully you can hear me. I want to talk to you, let something off my chest, and I gotta be real cautious of how I do it because I'm fuming and I'm starting to get a headache, like my blood pressure's rising, but I'm fuming because yesterday, but late last night, I finally got a reply to my UK Border Force complaint that I filed in July of last summer. And I just literally had to go. It was screaming just now because when I think about it and when I read about what this feels like, this is clearly like post-traumatic stress, PTSD, because even now, and I'm talking literally before I hit the live button, I probably was screaming for the last 10-15 minutes over it because what they did to me and my daughters coming through this border. Because right now I'm planning another summer trip. I'm planning an amazing summer trip. This time I'm bringing my niece with me. So I gotta fly all the way to LA. I'm gonna pick up these 3 little girls. I gotta fly their butts all the way back over here. And then when it's all said and done, I got a flynation of the culmination of last summer, the Border Force finally getting back to me last night. And boy, was I screaming last night. Woof. Like when I was reading this. And I posted a snippet of it on my community channel, what they said. But of course, like any government entity, they investigated themselves and they cleared themselves, okay? But like I said in my quick reply, this ain't over. We've just begun. Because I am suing. I am gonna have them revisit. I'm filling out Freedom of Information Act. I'm getting all relevant documents related to this incident. As I've told them before, you mess with the wrong person. I actually have resources. And I will spend whatever it takes to make sure this don't happen to somebody else. So I'm ready to go. My lawyer's ready to go. We ready to go. So we got they shot. They reply back, and I'm telling you, it's complete bull crap. It is complete fabrication. They attribute comments that I never even made. I never even said. And said I said this, or I did this, or I made out that this person. Sorry, keeps going in and out. I normally don't even speak to the Border Patrol when I come through. And this incident last July has only solidified. I'm just gonna go to Ireland or something. Just to fly right back in, just so I could talk to these Border Force people and go crazy. I literally looked it up. I was gonna get on a flight today just to fly the heck out, just to come right back. Just so I could give these people a piece of my mind, because I'm gonna give them a piece of my mind. This isn't over in the slightest, guys. Not even close. I mean, these guys, they even in their thing, they said, we investigated it. We looked. It says you have to give the mother 60 days notice. My court order don't say 60-day notice. It say 30-day notice. It's total bull crap. Dude, this is what government entities do. They investigate themselves just like the police. They'll investigate themselves, and guess what they do? They always clear themselves. They always investigate themselves and never find a report that they took another 2 hours. Dying to know steps pertaining to this. We are getting the paperwork together. We're going to start the court filing, because I am filing a court order, a court proceeding against the border force, you know, for dereliction of duty, for unlawful detention, for deprivation of human rights. Oh, I'm filing every single complaint, every form I'm filing. And I don't give a crap what it costs. I'm paying it, because this is they messed with the wrong father on this one. They messed with the wrong father. I can't stress it enough. For those who might watch this video like, what is he talking about? Go look on my channel. You will clearly see the videos from last July where I talk about the UK Border Patrol, what they did to us, what they did to me and my girls. You'll see it. It's all outlined there. Okay? It's all there. They messed with the wrong one. Okay? They messed with the wrong person. So I'm prepared to spend whatever it takes to make sure that these people, that I have my day in court. The nerve to say that they investigated themselves and cleared themselves. Oh, we have a duty of care to make sure there's no safeguarding issues with children. But you told the mother that by 6 o'clock. So if it's 4 o'clock, roughly, 2 hours later, you'd already told the mother, you'd already called the mother and told her there was no safeguarding issues. What took an extra 2.5 hours? What took 2.5 hours? I'll tell you what took 2.5 hours. Them trying to call Child Protective Services on me, which they did call Child Protective Services on me. And guess what? Child Protective Service, they called me. They never got to see my children. They never came to see my house. Why? For what? I don't live in a big enough house? What? 2,400 square feet isn't a big enough house? 5-bedroom house isn't big enough? You know? A 600,000 pound house isn't big enough, cost enough? You tell me why I need Child Protective Services for my children to come see where they gonna sleep at. Okay? Like, I done spent all this money to fly to and from America, ain't got no beds, ain't got no food in the fridge, ain't got a big enough house. This internet, it be going in and out, in and out. But man, what a beautiful day here in England. Man, it is just literally a gorgeous, a glorious day today. Man, absolutely gorgeous. Clear skies. I mean, there's a few clouds in the sky, but man, it's clear. It's 18 degrees. What's going on? Why is my rear differential unlocked? What did I press? Yeah, I'm okay, Carly. I'm just having a rant. What did I... Oh. Okay. No, that's the start and stop. Why is the rear differential off? Oh. Sorry. The car got switched into like an off-road mode. So I'm okay. You know, I'm just ranting a little bit because, you know, I give you guys insight into my day-to-day life. I try to go live. I never know when I'm going to go live and just tell you what's going on. Carly, you've been around long enough. You know that I had this issue with my girls when I brought them last summer and all the hoopla. And so finally the Border Patrol finally gets back to me. And they give me a 2-page document back out of anger, talking about, I write to them saying this is bullshit, because it literally is bullshit. There ain't nothing in there true. Nothing in there true. Oh, you're having a BBQ today? Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm just heading in. Got a little work to do, so I'm just heading in. I need to do some work on my hair. I need a haircut is what I really need. Hopefully I can find some time to do that. But man, I've just finished. So that's my rant. I'm driving. I said this is a drive, and it's a little bit of a rant. But yeah, I just want to talk about the Border Patrol, man. Like how they overstep their boundaries, how they can just literally detain you with no, like, you know, and I keep telling, every time I come through the border, I would say, I got no problem with you making sure children aren't being trafficked. It doesn't bother me to be like challenged, like, okay, who are these girls with you? Yeah, that's fine. It's a rational thing to do, you know, rational thing to do. But when you show them everything and they still go down this rabbit hole, you're thinking, what kind of training do you have? What are you teaching these people? You know, they said in the report that I didn't want to cooperate. We talking about I had no reason not to cooperate at the beginning. It wasn't until you threatened me with deportation, saying that I needed, they said in the report that the court order that they saw says that I need the mother's permission to bring the children. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I had to give them notice. They asked me at the time, how did the children come into my possession? I said, oh, my mom went and picked them up from their house. My mom went and got them from their house. Suitcases, passports. I told him that. That's exactly what happened that day. And then my mom gave them to me at the house. And then at the house, we left to the airport, flew to London. And so, and then when you read the report, it's like, what did you investigate? Because I gave them like a 3-page document on my complaint with the passports, with the court order, with all the information they needed. And these Border Patrol officers, they lied, they ate off. Boy, did they lie. But of course, like all government, I don't care what part of government you're dealing with. Revenue services, the council, the police, the secret police, the military, you name it. They will always clear themselves. I think I'm going the right way. It's all part of the hostile environment the Tories have created. I'm starting to believe it. I think I just took the wrong exit. So I'm starting to believe it. I don't really try to get too political, right? But I'm starting to believe the Tory government has created this hostile environment, because it's crazy. Like I literally got PTSD over this thing, man. Like I have to. Like, you guys don't understand how like upset I was prior to pressing the go live button. Like how I had to like pull over, breathe, get my head under control. My blood pressure was going through the roof, because it's just like I relive that moment, how stressful that moment is, because you have to put yourself in my shoes. I didn't fought court battles with the mother to bring my children overseas, go tooth and nail, back and forth. So once you have it, and then you come to some other official and they just can't bring them. What? You're gonna keep them here? What? Where you get that from? It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And so it stresses you out, and something needs to be done about it. So I'm gonna follow all the processes I've been advised by the lawyer to. We're gonna file a formal reply to their reply, asking them to revisit it. We're gonna lay out why they're wrong, where they lied, where they have misconstrued, and where they have arrived to a conclusion that puts no blame on them. We're gonna lay that out and ask them to reinvestigate. We're gonna ask for a freedom of information request. They have 45 days to give me all the relevant documents related to that FOIA, a freedom of information. Get that information. That's step 2. Step 3, we're then going to wait for their reply. Step 4, I believe, is then we're going at the same time we're going to be writing the legal motion to sue in court. We're going to be writing that down. We're going to write that, and then we'll start appendix everything once we get the information from the freedom of information request back. We'll write all that stuff down, and then we're going to file in court. Well, we're going to court. This is going to court. So stay tuned. It ain't over. It's just begun. And like I said, they messed with this lady. Officer 4265 don't understand. She stepped on a hornet's nest. She messed with the wrong one. She messed with the wrong father. She thought she was messing with some poor father. Sorry, I'm not poor. Sorry, I'll spend whatever it takes. Gonna make sure it happens. She gonna know that she messed with the wrong. Talking about she has safe. They said in the thing that she has safe training. Then her training is not adequate enough. It's just not. It's just not. It's just simply not. You can be given return ticket, court order, email from the mother, flight itineraries for wherever they're going, the mother's phone number. What more information do you need? to come to the conclusion that, oh yeah, he has the children legally and he's going to take them back. What? You know, what more do you need? So, you know, that's why I don't go abroad much. I get questioned because my kids got their dad's last name. I've had to take their birth certificates with me. Yeah, it's crazy that they make you. And let's not forget, my children have my last name. They got passports that have my last name on it. They told me to my face at the time in July, "Oh, you could be anybody. Your same last name don't mean anything, but they calling me daddy." You know, if you were to take them to a room on their own, which I wouldn't allow you to, but if you wanted to talk to them kind of right in front of me, you'll hear them tell you who I am. They'll tell you who I am. You can check their passports and see that they've been stamped in and out of this. They're not in and out, but they've been in the country and have clearly left and now are coming back. You know, and when am I traveling? It was in the summer, prime time. Doing the court order. So I'm following the court order. The whole thing don't make no sense. It's the summer. What did the court order say? Summer. Is it not the summer? You know, it's ridiculous. So is the Tory government creating this? You know, I got into this debate yesterday. Caravan holidays. That's the part that report still makes no sense. What are the safeguarding issues? How can you get the address? You know, I'm like, I told him, I was like, you know, I remember the time I was like, what, do I not drive a nice enough? Do I not live in a big enough house? You know, do I not, you know, what's the problem? I was like, how is it, you know, I was like, I got a 600,000 pound house. How is that not enough to bring them in? 5-bedroom house. Like what? You know, what am I supposed to show you? And you know, it's just ridiculous. And I don't know if it's the Tory government, but I got into this debate yesterday with somebody. Freedom. What does freedom mean? Because they violate your freedom. Man, I'm getting hot. Is the AC heat on? Jesus Christ. What is freedom? You know, you gotta ask yourself, what is freedom? Because, you know, everybody said, America said we're free. I bet you Brits say they're free. French people say they're free. But then if you start to ask yourself, what in the world does that really, really mean to be free? Because, okay, if you just became a person, just instantly popped up on the street, well, what freedoms do you have? You can't be butt naked, so you're not free to just be naked. That's a free, you know, boom, right off the top, you can't be naked. Fucking card, side swiping, what the hell's wrong with you? You know, if you have a house, can you just paint your house any color? No, you can't. So you don't have the freedom to do that. Can you build a house wherever you want? No, you ain't got the freedom to do that. Can you put an extension on your house? You ain't got the freedom to just do that. You got to get permission. So if you start really thinking, what is freedom? I don't know. I really don't even know how to answer that question. I don't know. I'm towards Birmingham. So I'm just getting out. I just need to get out for the day. I need to enjoy this drive, and maybe I do some retail therapy. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm just taking this too far. Maybe I should just back down. You know, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should just say, you know what? They won. It's over. Let it be. You learn what to do when you come to the board. Maybe I could just do that. Maybe I could. I could just do that and just fall back, take the L, as they say, and just move forward in an amicable way. But it's so hard when you think like, man, how many fathers are coming through a border, coming through the UK border, getting treated like that? You know, I came through the border, I don't know, a week ago? Yeah, a week ago. And I don't know if I didn't go live. I didn't tell you guys this. When I came back from Dubai, I came through the border. And of course, it became this whole ordeal. I was there for like 45 minutes. And what was funny, I got asked to go to the side and all that kind of stuff. Every time I come to the border, same thing. And there was this lady with 2 kids coming through the border. I just watched and listened. Man, they just passport, boo black lady. She had 2 kids. Boom, boom, passports were shown. Have a nice day. And then I pointed out to the guy, I said, "This, you said you didn't see it because he was facing me." But I said, that lady just came through this border with 2 kids. She ain't been held for 5 hours. She ain't been held for 5.5 hours. I came through with 2 kids. They had my name, had my passport. Did you ask that mother for a court order, for a return ticket? Did you have her sit in this thing for 4 or 5 hours? No. So that's my issue. It's this heavy-handed approach. So Officer 4265, that's her shoulder number for the Border Patrol. You know, Officer 4265. I ain't stopping. Maybe one day she see this video. Maybe one day it catches her attention. I don't have it in me to stop because I don't want no other father going through what I went through. I just don't. I don't want no mother going through what I went through. Because child custody cases are contentious by the very nature of child custody orders. People to go to court because they can't agree on what to do with the children. So, talking about I needed the mother's permission. Explain why a court would say, yeah, you need the express permission of the mother to do something with your children. Why would the court give the mother or another parent that kind of power? They would never do such a thing. They would never do, because guess what? All right. I've given you the power. Now I got to come back to court for such a thing. They would never give any parent that you need to express permission to do X, Y, Z with the child. Well, the parent will just say no every time. No court will ever grant an order like that. It would be the dumbest order ever created by any court in any part of the land. Get the express permission of the parent, the other parent, to take them to basketball, to take them out of the state, to take them to Disneyland, to take them to see their grandmother, to take, why would you give such an order? Why would a court make such an order? Never. No court would make such an order. It'd be stupid. It's the dumbest order any court can make. So let's rehash for people who might be joining later. July of last year, me and my children came for the summer vacation. I flew to LA, picked them up, flew them out here, got stopped at the border, held for like 5 hours, 5.5 hours, and filed a complaint with the Border Patrol people. They just got back to me yesterday. And so I read it last night. I was on Amazon Prime. Great movie, by the way. I can't believe what they did to James Bond at the end. So read it, because I started yelling and screaming because I was so angry because they were making up stuff whole cloth. I mean, it was stuff they said I said that I didn't say. There was stuff they said I did that I didn't do. There was temperament that they said I had that I didn't have. Who not gonna get upset when you're told immediately, like, at the outset, why would I have an argument? They're just checking documents. I'm thinking everything should be fine, so what's the problem? Talking about I didn't want to cooperate. I was like, that's total bull. I got upset when you came back to me and told me that I got 2 options. 1, self-remove myself for the border and take the children back to LA. What? What? 2, you put the girls back on the flight to LA, and then you and then you come in the border. Okay, that's not an option. Option. Chop off your left hand and your right hand. No, thank you. Gotta go. Thank you, Carly. Yeah, you probably had the same issue. I had the same trouble trying to take my stepson to Disneyland Paris. Yeah, like you try to lead a border. Now, let's be clear. Were you, Pauline, were you held for 5 hours? Or were you just questioned? It's fine to have it's fine, let's be clear. It's totally fine and logical to challenge a parent with a child. It's totally logical. It makes no problem, because trafficking is a thing. It happens. So it's totally logical and it's totally fine. But when you are cooperating from the outset, you're like, yeah, okay. They said, can I see the return ticket? Yeah, here it is. Okay, can you show me a letter for permission to take the kids? Yeah, no problem. Here's the court order. Can you show me this, that? It's like, no problem. It's fine. That should dispel any issues. And then when you go, here's the phone number to the mom, feel free to call her. You know what I mean? Call. You know, I ain't got nothing to hide. Here's the model number, call her. You can see on my phone what I have her saved as. Boom, right there. Says the girls. My phone says the girls, which is the mom's number, because that's what they call me on. So, what's the problem? You know, it's a thing that should take 20, 30, maybe even 45 minutes if you really got a deep dive in, you know. But it don't take 5.5 hours. It don't take that kind of time. It don't take 5 hours to make a phone call. It don't take 5 hours. It don't take 5.5 hours. It don't take 5.5 hours to verify a court order. It don't take 5.5 hours to verify that the return ticket is valid. It don't take 5.5 hours to set their own passports show they've been in the country and have left. It don't take a genius to see that not only does the court order say they can travel in the summertime, it's the actual summertime. You know what I mean? Court order says I can have them for X amount of days. It don't take a genius to say, oh, they arrive on this day, they leaving on that day. Guess what? It's the actual time that the court order says. Duh. Duh. So, you know, man, what an event, man. It just is it's a stressful event, man. We stopped. Yeah. So it just a thing that just, it's upsetting. Is it the Tory government? I don't know. But I just believe, and this was the debate I had last night, was that when I talked about what freedom is I got no problem supporting the police as a individual level. They got a tough job, whether it's in America or whether it's here. The police have a tough job, but they have to do it in the confines of the law. In the confines of the law. And let's just stick to that. But these same police officers, especially in America, you know, they violate your rights like that, like that. You know, they will arrest you or trespass you off a public sidewalk. How can one be trespassed off this public sidewalk? How? You know, they will hem you up. They will then arrest you for disorderly conduct. They will arrest you for failing to give your identification when you don't even have to give your ID. You know, they put these trumped up charges on you, and then you got to fight it to get it cleared. You know, you're like, well, I was doing something legal. You know, it's like, you know, how many times you got these auditors that go out? Some of these auditors, they a-holes. Let's just be straight about it. They a-holes, and they trying to get a confrontation. Don't get me wrong, I can tell they trying to get a confrontation. But some of them, they just out there filming. And they get hemmed up, and you're thinking, what is wrong? Oh, we got a phone call, somebody's suspicious. You're like, well, being suspicious isn't a crime, and calling because somebody has a camera is definitely not a crime. It's like, would the police come if I called the police and said, hey, there's a little girl eating a popsicle, or ice lolly, as you say in this country, on a park bench? What crime is that? The dispatch be like, what crime is that? Why are you calling? And that's all these need to be. You know, the people will get a phone call, the police will call, somebody will call the police and say, yeah, there's a man filming from the public sidewalk. And the police actually show up. You might as well show up if I call the police and say there's a girl eating an ice cream on a park bench. Would you show up for something like that? Where's the illegality there? And so, you know, that's the issue. You know, that's where it's like I got no problem supporting the police. I got a problem supporting the police when they abuse your rights, when they act like you have no rights, when they act like they can, you know, under the guise of asking you. I'm only asking, but they really telling you, give me this, do this. You know, and that's what the Border Patrol was doing. Yeah, we just asking you questions. You can ask all day, but the question I want to know is, are you ordering me to tell you this information or give you this information? Because if I go to court, all you're gonna say is, I was just asking. That's all they would say. I just asked. They were under no obligation. But you don't present it as if there's no obligation. You're like ordering me to. So people say stuff or do stuff, you know. And so that's why, like when I got in the issue this last week when I flew into the border, I was actually recording. And the Border Patrol came to me and said, there's no recording. Do you see the sign? So erase this video. I said, I'm not erasing nothing. Exactly what I told him. I said, I ain't erasing no video, right? I told him I ain't erasing no video. And then him and his buddy show up, like, you need to erase this video, it's against the law. I said, that's just a sign that says no photography, no video, no whatever. But I said, there's no law written underneath that. That's just a rule. And as a right, I have a right to record the government. I have just a right to, I can, just like I can be on the public street, I can record the police. So, let's be clear. When I come through the border again, this next time, I'm recording everything. Every time I come through the border, I'll be recording 100%. From entry to exit, I will be recording. And I don't care what they say. Why? Because I'm going to have a full recording record of what was said. Because why? Their reply to me says I said stuff that I didn't say. Says I did things that I didn't do. So no thank you. I'm not going to go back. Because you realize, like, there's certain aspects of when I try to file this court proceeding, it's a he said, she said. And they're just going to default to that. How do you prove how long a piece of string is? How do you prove, the piece of string is this long? How do you prove that? You know, he pulled out a piece of string that was, long. Well, what's long? How long was it? You get all that kind of malarkey. So, no, I'm going to have a recording every time I come through the Border Patrol. Every freaking time I'm going to be recording these guys. I don't give a crap. I'm stirring up what's called good trouble. I'm going to stir up good trouble because I want these fools to be held accountable. So nobody can misconstrue what I say or what I didn't say, because that's what they did in this report. They investigated themselves, cleared themselves, said I said stuff I didn't say. Yeah, no matter mother complained and we were refused entry to France. Wow, the mother refused and you were, oh my goodness. That's crazy. That's messed up, man. For me, if that was to happen, I'd be taking her to court immediately. I would be hitting her with the cost for the flights, hotels, and everything. So you want to cancel? We're going to go to court. I'm going to get an order, especially if I had an order that says they could travel. I'm going to hit you with all the cost. You owe me all the cost for canceling the trip. I wouldn't allow no stuff like that. I would not allow no stuff like that. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Where the F am I going? M6. Here we go. Yeah, you can't, so for me, I got no problem going to court. I wouldn't say I'm going to just, but bring it on. Let's go. We gotta go to court. We gotta go to court. We'll hash it out there. Let's see what what a judge has to say. That's my thing. I'll take whatever the judge is saying, even though I got my. Now we back. So I'm just driving. I say, ooh, maybe I go to the casino. Damn it! I got shorts. Got no shoes. Oh man, why didn't I bring pants? I'll just go buy some pants. I'll go to the casino. I should have thought of that before I drove. I'm in shorts. There ain't no way gonna let you in the casino in shorts. So I probably got to buy some pants and some socks and some. Okay, we're back. Sorry, go in and out, guys. But like I said, this is a rant on the border. It's a rant to tell you an update of what's going on. The Border Patrol finally got back to me on my complaint from last July. Against a backdrop, they got 20 days to reply to a complaint. 20 days. Man, it's almost been a year. I mean, that's crazy. So, were they right? Hell no. Did they make up a bunch of lies? 100%. Am I going to make sure going forward that I record? 100%. So look for it, like I tell you, I'm this close to buying, man. I might go to, I'm telling you, if I had my passport right now, I'd take myself to the airport, fly me a ticket just to fly out, just to fly back in. Just so I could go through the Border Patrol, just so I could tell these people off. Man, I'm telling you, every time I come through the border. Like I said, last week I went through the border, coming from Dubai. I gave them all kind of grief. Exactly. Border Patrol and TSA, they're accountable to nobody. That's the problem. They're accountable to nobody. They act like they can do whatever they want. Violate you however they see fit. Detain you for however long. So like even like last week when I came through the border, right? I gave them all kind of grief, right? All kind of grief. And so they detained me, brought me to the side. You know, the whole malarkey thing. They give you the little white, like for those that don't know, if you have indefinite leave to remain, they'll like suspend your leave. They'll give you this white piece of paper and they'll suspend your leave. It means nothing. You're still gonna come in while they go do their checks. And so they always try to answer. I said, I don't need that. I always tell them, I said, I don't need your white piece of paper. I don't care about your white piece of paper, because at the end of the day, I know I'm walking through those doors. Whether you hold me here for 20 minutes or whether you hold me here for 6 hours, I'm going through those doors. And at the end of the day, I still won't have answered a single question that you've asked me. They say, well, you would go faster. It could go as fast as it won't. I work for myself. So I ain't got nobody, you ain't wasting nobody's time but my time. And if I want to waste my time, I waste my time. My time to waste. My Versace loafers, I don't have them on. I almost put them on. I got flip-flops on today. I mean, the weather's just too great. And so when I come through the border this time last week, I told him, was like, look, I made it loud and clear, because I was on the other side. I was, you know, like, I don't know if you guys been through Terminal 5. You know, when you come through, you have the UK and you have all other passports. But the holding area is by the all other passports. And like I told the Border Patrol, and I made sure they could hear me, I said, you guys are getting ready to violate all, I did just like that. You got to violate all these people's rights right here. You're gonna, under the guise of asking questions, you're gonna ask these people questions that they don't even have to answer. They don't have to answer a single question you ask them. Yes, the law says clearly you may be asked questions, but at no point in the law does it ever say you must answer a question. You ain't never got to answer no Border Patrol question. Never. So why would you? And you guys are going to hem these guys up, misrepresent what they say as justification to kick people out of here, to send them back on a plane for wherever the heck they coming from. And that's what I told him. And then some guy comes up who was sitting there. He wanted to talk to me. He was talking to Border Patrol, told the guy to leave. I'm like, look at how rude you are. He's talking to me. I can talk to him if I want to talk to him. You know, these guys, man, I'm telling you, man. I tell you, I don't, you know, and it's like my situation, a lot of people told me at the beginning, it's racism. The lady was a black lady. How could I claim it being racist? It's just it's an institutional thing. It had nothing to do with race. Like I tell all my friends about police in America. Yes, they do a lot of stuff towards black and brown people, but it's an institutional thing. They pick on black, brown, and poor people. That's what they do. Yeah, now answering questions will guarantee that. They need compliance regardless of rights. Yeah, of course, not answering questions will hold you. But let's be clear, it's not your place to make their job easier. You want to investigate? By all means, go investigate. By all means, investigate. You know, my issue last week was this, and I'll tell you exactly what it was. I come to the border. I never go through the e-gates because my passport doesn't work through the e-gates. It never scans. So for years, I've never tried to go through the e-gate because when they first, I kept trying. I always got kicked out, so I don't even try anymore. That's something they said in their reply. Oh, I tried to take the girls through the e-gate. No, I didn't, because I never would do nothing like that. I don't even try to take myself through the e-gate. So why in the heck would I try to take these under 18-year-old girls through the e-gate? But let me get to the point. I go through there, I go to the lady, and you know, she's trying to ask some questions, and I just said, I don't need to answer any questions. I said, let's just follow the law. And I just asked politely. I didn't even say that to begin. I said, she asked me, where flight did I just come from? And I asked politely, I said, could you please tell me why You asking that question? Because I just would like to be informed as a, just an informed passenger. Why are you asking that question? What relevance does that have? And then it became this whole hoopla. Now, mind you, I was recording before I got to this lady, so there was like 4 people right there trying to look at my documents under this cloak of power. You got to understand the situation, under this cloak of power. So I'm just asking the lady nicely. The guy who told me to stop filming says, you have to answer her questions. You're going to be asked questions. I said, whoa. I asked very nice and politely. Why? Just like, you please inform me what the reason for the question is. And I said, I don't have to. And then he says, Immigration Act of 1971. I said, woof, you quoting the Immigration Act, and I just asked politely. So I said, if you want to go there, we'll go there. I said, the Immigration Act of 1971, Section 2, Subpart E says I don't have to answer no question. I got to do A, B, and C. It says I got to give you my passport. I got to give you any relevant document that she articulates. That's it. And if there's any grounds, medical grounds, why I can't come into the country. That's what it really says. So we get this whole hoopla. So I said, guess what? Now that you've gone there, I ain't going to answer no questions. So then that's how I ended up getting detained. Moved over to the side. I said, I ain't gonna answer not a single question this whole time. I promise you that. And it becomes this whole hoopla. And I just said, man, all I did was ask a question, like politely. I just would like to understand why. What's the problem? You ask questions, why can't I ask a question? Why can't I ask you politely? I didn't ask like an asshole. I just said, hey, could you just tell me why? I'd like to know. Just curious why you asking people what flight they came from. Because what does it matter? Like, I could have been coming from Timbuktu. If I said I came from Timbuktu, does that mean I can't come into the country? I just want to know. Is there some medical reasons for people who come from Timbuktu, who've come from the moon, they can't come into the country? Like, if that's the reason, just tell me. Oh, we're looking for people who've come from the moon. Okay, fine, then say that. That's all the question had to be. We're trying to make sure people who've just landed from the moon, from the dark side of the moon, can't come into England. Just say that. If you'd have said that, I'd be like, that's interesting. Why? Is there some kind of moon virus going around? Maybe that could have been it. It could have been it. But then you would ask the question, you're just going off what I say. What if I said I just came from France? You're going to let me in just off my word? You can't check that? So it's just ridiculous. Woof, come on, carrier van. Just jotting over. So that's kind of, it's always a power thing. It's always a power thing with these guys, man. Always. They just power trip. And they'll investigate themselves. They'll clear themselves. Fine. Let's get all the records. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do a Freedom of Information request. Let's get it going. We about to start writing the paperwork like later today, tomorrow. We're going to be on it. We got a scheduled phone call on Monday. I've already got stuff in though. Since this morning, I got everything going to get this thing going. I got a scheduled phone call on Monday with someone who specializes in Freedom of Information request. That's what they do. All ready to go. Like, I ain't playing. Like, when I wrote to them like, this isn't over. Oh man, I think I wrote, this ain't the end. Oh, trust me, it ain't the end. I'm ready to go. Man, why it's so hot in here? Maybe because I keep talking. Jeez, I'm sweating like a hostage in here. Whew. Jesus. Man. The heat of this AC on me. I'm sweating like a straight hostage. I'm sweating like Officer 4265 got me in the back room. What I'm really sweating like. Black lady too. I couldn't believe she was doing me like that. I couldn't believe it. And so now this summer I'm planning a trip for my niece to come. That's gonna be a great trip. That's gonna be a fun trip. And just like, what you gonna do when I bring my niece this time? 'Cause I'll make sure my sister sends me a note. I'm not gonna have it notarized. I'm like, her mama, my sister, my niece, my daughters, we coming through here. And if I see Officer, like, you guys should have seen me about a month or two when I came through the border, and I actually saw Officer 4265. Man, it was a scene. I could have literally got an aspo. I was, if the police would have seen me, I probably would have got an aspo when I saw her. I saw her face to face, and it was just like that music, like Kill Bill. Like, my eyes were just locked to her, boy. I was engaged, boy, ready to go. I could have, like, man, it was like a scene out of Kill Bill, boy. I'm telling you, the music, the theme music must have been blasting through the speakers at the airport. Because I heard it. That's for sure, I heard it. Man, it is such a glorious day today. 21 degrees, midday. Oh, this one England's at its finest. This one's at its finest right now, days like this. I actually have flip-flops on. What we got up in here. So, traffic warnings are the same. Exactly, traffic warden, Pauline, it don't matter what part of the government or what it's, because traffic wardens, they, man, I don't even want to tell you about traffic wardens. So, what I didn't tell you guys was I flew back into the country last week, and guess what was waiting for me? Guess what was waiting for me at the house? Literally, as soon as I came, the mailman dropped it off too. 2 parking tickets. One was 150 pounds. 150 pounds in one ticket. The other one was like 100 pounds. I was like, what in the hell is this? And these are one of them automated tickets. This is one of them, you know, one of them was because when I was at Heathrow's introduced this 5-pound surcharge to be dropped off, right? But when you do, what's it called? When you do meet and greet, it's called meet and greet. You have to go, you still have to go to the airport, but you have to go to the short stay car park. So what did I do? I was going to the short stay car park, but what happened was I missed the turn, so I had to go up and go through the system. It's an automated, it's just a number plate recognition plate thing. So I just had to circle back around, come back through and go to the meet and greet, right? 150 pounds off of a normal 5-pound charge. I wasn't even dropped off at the airport, like at the drop off. I was going to the meet and greet, but it got all confusing with the signs. 150 pounds. I was like, you guys are smoking crack. Then another one came through for 100 pounds. I said, wow. And this is for 2 different instances. I was like, I just got back in the country and it says, welcome back to England. 250 pounds in parking tickets. One is just because you made a wrong turn. Jesus Christ. I said, this is insane. Something's going wrong with this Tory government. Something's going wrong with the airport drop-off. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy what they're doing to people. It's crazy. You know, I said, wow. I mean, literally, imagine arriving, coming home, you know, welcome back, 250 pounds, parking tickets. That'd be one thing. Okay, they want 5 pounds, you didn't pay. Okay, it's gonna cost you 30 pounds for not paying on time. 150? Like what, like, where does the math come in that? Like, where? How can missing a turn cost you 150? How does it cost you 145 pounds more than if you had to be dropped off so you paid 5 pounds? That make no sense. That don't make no sense. So, you know, that's life. The government, they want to get their money some way, somehow. They always gonna try to get their money. They always gonna try to screw you over. So, yeah, it got me on camera. It's crazy, all because I missed the turn. All because I missed the turn. Because I went through twice. Imagine paying the first, you go through, but you paid the one time, but you didn't pay the second time. So you get hit with 150 pounds. Imagine how I feel. Imagine how I feel. Okay, imagine how I feel. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, I missed the turn the first time, came through the second time, paid the £5, paid the short stay car park fee, paid that, paid that, but I got to pay £150 because I missed the turn. I didn't even stop the car. I just kept driving to get off. You'd have to go through Heathrow to really understand what it's like, because there's no like gate that come up. You just drive up and you can pull over and stop and let your loved ones out. I just kept going and just circle back around to go through the short stay car park and then pay for the short stay car park. It is crazy. It's crazy what they do to you. So, yeah. So I've had quite a rant on the government today. I've had quite a rant on stuff. You know what? I'm going to try. This car has automatic parallel parking. I'm going to try that. How do I do it? Let me see. Man, how do you do that? How do I automatically parallel park? Such a gimmick on cars. Who uses it? But I'm going to try it. I can parallel park. I just want to try it. Sorry. Man, where's that? It's in the settings. Vehicle. Oh, is it in the main screen? Ah, there it is. Okay, it's in the screen. Okay. It's a parallel park. Yeah, with the parking on the right. Perfect. Let's see what it finds. There we go. Oh, it's on the left. I need to change it to the left. This side. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Let's see if this car can do it. What a gimmick, though. I never do it. Never do it. But let's see if it can find it. Okay, move forward. Park, select R and wait instructions. Here we go. Here we go. Backing up. Ooh, the wheel's turning. Wheel's turning. Wow. I just got my foot on the brake. That's all I got. Foot on the brake. Let's see. What's it doing? What's it doing? Let's see. I'm going to try to do this hands free. Wow. Wheel's turning. Man, I'm scared. I want to stop. Continue to reverse. Man, no way I want to continue to reverse. You sure? Man, this is scary. Woo! Stop, select D and await instructions. Okay, turn to D. Wheels turn hard, right? Alright. Put it back in reverse. Wheels turning. You guys can see the wheel turning. Wow. Let's see her. Woo! Man, that's a bit close. I mean, I'm in there. Okay, now what? And it pulls in too close. He's gonna tell me to stop. Says I've done it. And I have, actually. Put it in park. Tighter than I probably would do it, but close enough. All right, guys, I'm here. Yeah, that was kind of freaky, wasn't it? What a gimmick. I think that's probably the first time I actually used it in the car, but it did it. It got me in there. But you still have to, you have to keep your foot on the brake and control the speed at which it's reversing. And you just have to go from reverse to drive and control the speed. So you just kind of play with the brake and the wheel gonna turn itself. So it's pretty neat. That's the first. So I'm signing this video off. It's time to do a little retail therapy. Thanks for riding me. It's been Jesus Christ, it's like an hour to get here. So it's been an hour of me bloviating, yelling about this Border Patrol, what they did to me. It hasn't finished. It's not over. And what's funny is where I park. I parallel park just for gimmicks, because let me just show you. There's 2 spots right there. I could have easily just parked right there. I could have just parked right there. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it with the car. Why not? But yeah, that was that. I'm going to sign this video off. Thanks for rolling with me. Stay tuned for what we do on the Border Patrol. Time for a little retail therapy. And I'm out. See any comments. They need money for parties and to do up Boris Flats. Exactly. 1,000 pound a roll. Yeah, that's why they're doing all these parking tickets. You know, we gotta pay 1,000 pounds a roll. You know, Jesus. Just when I thought I got some expensive wallpaper in the house. Man, what was it? 150 a roll, I think? 150 pounds a roll? I thought that was expensive. Jesus, who knew there was 1,000 pound a roll wallpaper? I didn't. I thought I got some wallpaper. It was either 150 or 250 a roll. And I had to buy, if I remember correctly, 3. And I still got a roll left over. It was like 150, maybe 250 a roll. This group paid 1,000 pounds a roll. I'm like, man, this thing better be made of gold leaf for 1,000 pounds a roll. But all right, that was it. Bye bye. Have a good day. 1, 2, 3, and we are cut.